Hey up and welcome back to Football Manager 2024, back with the Journeyman, back with Yeovil Town. Yes, we're still with Yeovil Town. If you enjoyed this series, please make sure you smash that like button down below, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for the regular uploads that we do. So, load of stuff to talk about, not as much as kind of last time, but free transfers to talk about. So, Glenn O'Neill finally joined the club. Glenn O'Neill came in, defensive midfielder. He's doing okay. I've got some issues with him. We'll get onto them issues during the game because you'll see it and you'll go, okay, that's an issue. But a young Irishman, 13 games, 3 substitute appearances. He's doing okay. Seems like a good bit of business. So I do this weird. I'll say it's weird. I feel like it's kind of a standard scouting method, but for our level, it's kind of weird. And that is, I go through all of the European national teams, look at their under 21s. If you're 16 to 18 playing in the under 21s and you haven't got a club, well, then we'll give you a trial. And that's how we stumbled upon Matthias Shabar. The Danish goalkeeper comes in. He's already as good as the goalkeepers we've got. He's 6'4". His contract has got a release clause. But he's come in as the breakthrough prospect, so he doesn't even expect to be a first-team player. Doing okay for under 18s. Really kind of happy with him. He will probably be our second choice goalkeeper next season, although we'll get onto that. And then finally, Aidan had all of our loans got recalled. Aidan Haddo got instantly transfer listed. I bid nothing on him. He's coming as a squad player. He is a good squad player for us. He does a job. So if we just have a look, he featured 21 times, mainly as a sub before his loan, and he's come in. He's got 3 starts since he come in. Wes Jones had an injury. We've had a lot of games, but he comes in, he fills these 2 roles in really well, can kind of do both. So yeah, that's that. So we last left off with the 3-1 win over the McDonald's. We then played Hayes and Yedding in the FA Trophy, and we lost on penalties after being 2-0 up. 2 goals in the last 15, and then we missed 2 penalties. It was absolutely appalling. Then played Woking and got a 2-1 win, 2 goals from Romeo Beckham. Then a 2-1 win over Boston. Cargbo and Fitzgerald getting goals. We then drew 1-1 with Halifax. 2 goals in the first 16 minutes, and that was that. Then beat Scunthorpe 2-1, a game that we should have won by a lot more. Scunthorpe were really struggling. Then we played Swindon, and we went 1-0 up after 3 minutes. They equalised after 9. We went 2-1 up after 18, and then 3-1 up after 29. And then Promise Amechi and Alex Roberts got 2 goals in the first half, and the second half it was just an absolute mess. And we won, and we drew 3-3. Then played York, who were top of the table, and still, I'm pretty sure they still are top of the table. And we absolutely swept them aside. Now, I'm going to show you this. It was a very even game. 3-0 definitely flattered us, but we got the result, and that was all that mattered. We then drew Derby in the FA Cup, and we absolutely dominated this game. If you just look at the match stats, them stats actually, look, we had a 1.59, and the goal came from Leif Bythway had come off the bench, ran down the wing, crossed it in, and O'Connor deflected it in. Then beat Altrincham 1-0. That was where Wes Jones picked up his injury. Then lost 2-1 to Rochdale. Was a ridiculous game. 3 goals in 25 minutes and then 2 sending offs, and it was just all over the place. We then played Solihull. Joe Sabara put them 1-0 up after we had absolutely dominated the first half and scored with their first shot on target. And then Cole Hudlin scoring against the team that he came through their academy. I'm pretty sure he came through their academy. Yeah, he came through there. Well, basically, scored against them to rescue us a draw. We then beat Chesterfield 1-0. Now this game, we did not deserve a 1-0 win. Oldacre missed a penalty on the 30th minute. They had a goal disallowed in the 88th, and they absolutely battered us. And the fact we got a win was absolutely unreal. Then had a 3-0 win against Hartlepool, a 3-0 win against Gateshead, a 3-0 win against Southend. I didn't even notice we did that. Then a 1-0 win against Eastbourne Borough, a 4-1 win over Doncaster. And then with just, this was ridiculous. So we went 1-0 up via Hamza Cargbo. Matthew Apter got an equaliser. Mark Baker then scores from the kickoff to put us 2-1 up. They then had a player sent off, and that galvanised them. And Then Jevon Beattie scored in the 81st minute in what was a massive game for us. So it leaves us 5 points off of York. Had we not drew that game against Maidstone, we would have been 3 points behind. And as you can see, Hamza Carbo is up there on the top goal scorers for the league. He is a big miss when we don't have him. But we're getting into this, and we've got a game against Boreham Wood. And Boreham Wood and Torquay as our next 2 games. I feel like we're going to do these, and then we'll be back for the end of the season and squad review. But let's get into this. So here is your lineup for the game. We're going with Ashby Hammond in goal. So Ashby Hammond is our backup. We brought him in as a backup. Rose has had a couple of injuries this season, and Ashby Hammond has had to come in, and he has been sensational. His first game in, he put in a man of the match performance, and it's been top quality for him. J Ben comes in. Ashcroft is injured, and I think we need to start transitioning over to Ben being the first choice right back, because Ashcroft has no interest in discussing a new contract. Barrett and O'Connor at centre back with Foster at left back. Foster and O'Connor both demanded new contracts, so they've got new contracts kicking in at the end of the season. They're both getting like a £1,000 pay rise. A midfield of O'Neill and Jones with Callan, Baker, Fitzgerald and Cargbo. This seems to have worked, playing Fitzgerald on the left. In Barrett heads out as far as Timmy Abraham. He's going to pick this ball up. What's he going to do with it? He goes to O'Keefe here. Oh, ball's here with List. Back to O'Keefe, to the back post. Oh, just over. All right, Foster here with a throw. I've got a sneeze brewing, and it's like killing me because it just won't come out. Ball whipped in to the back post, and Mark Baker gets his second of the season. He's been thrown in as a bit of a... Fenton wasn't doing anything, so I thought I'd give Baker a chance, and that's 2 in 2 now for the youngster. Fantastic play out here by Foster. He gets the ball and then beats his man. He sends him for an ice cream swirl. And then Baker at the back post jumps up and heads in. He looks really tall, but I don't think he's actually that big. All right, Fitzgerald with a free kick here. He goes short to Callan. That's well offside. Yeah, he was offside the entire time. All right, York as it stands are still drawing. All right, Adair takes the short goal kick. Appiah to Mugabo to Haygarth. Goes out here to O'Keefe. Fitzgerald does really well. Works hard for the team now. O'Connor here to Jones. Jones looking for the pass. He goes back here to O'Connor. Back to Jones. Out here to Fitzgerald. Touch is really heavy, but Jones picks it up. And you can see there, he's saying to Fitzgerald, like, keep going, make the run, and I can play you in. Yeah, it's one of the things he's actually good in this team for, is his passing ability. And the ball's through. Cargbo scores. I thought he looked offside, but the lino hasn't flagged, and Cargbo makes it 18 in the league for the season and 20 in all competitions. We're going to ignore the fact he said 21 because, he had a goal disallowed. But Baker does really well there. Round the corner to Callan. Callan then does really well. Oh no, Cargbo's on and he gets in front of his man. Captain for the game. Our 2 captains are, of course, Sidic and Hayes, and neither of them are getting first team football in a minute. All right, corner here for Boreham Wood. Owens put this in. Cargbo there demanding players on where they should be. Here as far as List. All right, throw in here for Xavi. Goes to Magabo, to Xavi, to Blacker, to Xavi. O'Connor gets it clear, but we're very defensive. And the ball's back out here to Xavi, to Mugabo, to Appiah, to Xavi. How have they got Xavi in this league? Ball here to List. He goes for the goal from way out, and Ashby Hammond dives, but I feel like that was just to make it feel a bit better. All right, free kick here in the second half for Owens. He's put it in. Barrett gets it clear. Go on, Ben. Go on, J Ben. We haven't quite seen the levels that he was giving us at Solihull, but he's got that through to Callan. Callan gets tackled and the ball goes straight back to the keeper. And they're playing very... a press here, I feel like we could have caused them a bit of trouble, but Woodrow here goes here to Perry, back to Woodrow. And we just hold our shape well, which is what I ask of this team. All right, Woodrow to Owens to Magabo. J Ben's intercepted that. He's gone out here to Callan. Callan, big touch going past. Cargbo's in the box, and Cargbo makes it free for his 19th in the league. I don't think he's going to quite catch up the top goal scorer, but it's not beyond the realms of possibility. Ben does really well there. Steps up and intercepts that well. Callan then takes on his man. And then good ball in. Cargbo, you know he's going to win them kind of headers. All right, free kick. O'Connor takes it. Foster to Fitzgerald. To Foster. To O'Connor. To Wes Jones. O'Neill plays it to Baker. Baker out wide here to Callan, who's feels like he's got the beating of his man here. And Cargbo just over the bar. Okay, so I'm pausing it here. So, as I said, O'Neill, there's something that bugs me about him. And that is, I get that I think we're in February, right? And it's cold. He's the only player on the pitch wearing gloves. I don't want that from a holding midfielder. I don't want that from a tough tackling midfielder. He shouldn't be wearing gloves. Roy Keane would be spewing at the idea of a young Irish midfielder wearing gloves in midfield. But here he's on the ball. He goes to Ben. Ben tried something and it didn't quite work. But we're going to pick that up. O'Connor steps up really well. Baker spreading the play over here to Fitzgerald. He's going to whip this back in. Cargbo off the bar. Clearance isn't quite good enough to get it out. And Marion here on the wing. He's going to take on... Was that Jones? Oh, and Perry should... What a save by Ashby Hammond. I thought that... I was going to say that should have been a goal, but Ashby Hammond getting a hand to it. And the corner's going to be whipped in, and we're going to get it half clear, and O'Neill clears it. All right, Xavi with a throw in it. We've made 2 subs with Wes Jones and Ben going off through fitness concerns. And we've mixed up our centre-back partnership that's been serving us really well, and we've brought on Haste at centre-back. It's a good goal by Timmy Abraham. It was... I think it's Haste. Haste, look. Haste is following him. And then once he lays it off, he doesn't know whether to stay with his man or leave it. And then O'Connor doesn't really pick him up. And we've got another highlight here. Come on. Let's not throw this game away. Haddo here to O'Connor. Here to Baker. Back here to Foster. To Fitzgerald. Back to Foster. To O'Connor. All the way back to Ashby Hammond. It was a bit of a short pass. O'Neill here. To Haddo, to Cargs, goes here to Baker, but Baker just stood there and admired the pass instead of actually moving towards it. And the ball's here now with Marion. He's gone through there, and List makes it 3-2. And we're going to tell the players to focus, because after we gave away a winning position at Maidstone, and we've given it away a few times, and the idea of us now giving away... Do you know what's going to make more sense? Barrett stay at centre-back. Hayes can just play on the other side. All right, throwing here with Hayes. He goes to Callan. Crosses whipped in. Cargbo off the bar. Hayes is going to pick that up. All right, free kick here. Haddo puts it in. He goes for goal, and the keeper's tipped it over. Haddo to whip this corner in. And it's been headed out by Abraham. Haddo picks it back up. Oh, and that's poor. Okay, so here is your lineup to take on Torquay. We're playing a day after everyone else because it's a TV game. So it's going to be Ashby Hammond, Ben, Barrett, O'Connor, Foster, O'Neill and Jones, Callan, Baker, Fitzgerald and Cargbo. How tall is Baker? Oh, he's 6'2". Fucking hell. Bench of Shabur, Ollie Hayes, Haddo, Robinson and Hudlin. All right, first highlight here, and it's Foster on the ball. Ball to Fitzgerald. It's a good ball round the corner to Foster. Ah, he's hit the ball. Oh, he went for power. He did the typical fullback thing of just went for power there. All right, throw in here with Ben. Goes to Baker. Baker, good control there. Goes back to Ben. Ben running into the box, and he goes for goal straight into the arms of Amissa. Hopefully, he misses a few of the shots we have. Hey. Ball out here. Ball whipped in. Hamza Carbo got cleared out to Folds. He's gone here to Wheatley. To Edmondson. Out here to Yengi. Ben's intercepted that and he's driving forward, goes to Baker. Baker sees a ball over the top to Caldwell. He's controlled it well, and what a finish that is. He was offside. Of course he was. Why are we seeing no replay of it? Why? Why is there no replay? Is it because he weren't actually offside and the linesman's made a mistake? All right. 30 seconds into the second half, Foster with a throw. He goes to Fitzgerald, back to Foster, to Jones. Good play in behind for Fitzgerald, who's gone for goal. We did this last season where we started shooting a lot more than when we would pass it, and the obvious choice was to pass, but Ben's going to put this in. Cargbow's going to head it up. Baker's going to flick it on. I feel like that's the end of the highlight. Fitzgerald to O'Neill. Yep. All right. Throw here with Foster. And he's just thrown it straight to him. Edmondson to Yengi. What a goal by Ethan Wheatley. Quite possibly the most undeserved goal I've ever seen. It's not the worst I've ever seen, but it's just stupidity from our younger lads. And then the ball out here goes through there to Wheatley, and it's a fantastic finish. Barrett heads clear. No. He's given that as a pen. That was outside the box, and we all know it. We all know that was outside the box. Yengi steps up. Makes it 2-0 Torquay. So undeserved, and it's just awful refereeing that's caused that. Because that was clearly outside. We've had an offside goal that wasn't offside. I don't think it was. I could be wrong. But I feel like after this game, I'm getting the question of, bad refereeing decision. No, is it? How? Referee? Are you from York? Are you from York, you cunt? Because you know, as well as I do, we've given away so many dodgy penalties since that last episode. There's been so many where we clearly win the ball and the referee's given a penalty, and this is disgraceful refereeing. Ben with a corner. He's going to whip it into the back post to Hudlin. It's headed out as far as Fitzgerald, who has managed to somehow keep that, and Baker can't score. It's one of them games, lads. It's just one of them games where the referee is against us and we're just not... Oh my God, they've blocked everything. I'm surprised he ain't called... Go on, ref, go and send him off. You know you want to. 2 penalties in 3 minutes, neither of which were penalties. Oh. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Okay, so we will come back for... Unless something major changes, we'll be back for the Boston game, and then... Oh, actually, we'll come back for the playoffs. I don't think there's any point in doing the Boston game. We'll come back for the playoffs, because realistically, we're what? 74 points. We shouldn't fall out of the playoffs. So yeah, we'll be back for the playoffs and we'll see what happens there. If you've enjoyed this episode, please make sure you smash that like button down below. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. All the support does mean the world to me. Thank you very much. I've been Justin and you have had just enough.